What's up, everyone? I hope you guys had a fantastic new comic book day. So today I'm going to be going over my top 10 list for new comic book day, March 31st, 2021. I ended up picking up 10 books this week, 9 from this week's new comic book day, and 1 from last week. It was a recommendation that was made to me. So keep watching this video to see who claims number 1. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. I am your host, AR Comics, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 list for new comic book day, March 31st, 2021. But before I get started on this list, if you are new to the channel, I drop weekly comic book content that'll keep you up to date on all of the latest releases. So if that sounds like something you do not want to miss out on, make sure you hit that subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. You won't regret it. And now, without further ado, let's get started on this top 10 list. So I hope you all enjoyed your new comic book day and you were able to get all the issues you wanted to read. Sadly, I did miss out on a couple this week. The two that I missed out on were AWA's Bite Size issue number 4, and that is the end of the series if you're reading that one. So let me know down low in the comment section what you thought about it. And the other one that I missed out on was Man's World issue number 3. You know, I thought they were both on my pull list. I guess they're not, so I'm going to have to get either the back issues or I'm just going to wait for the trade paperback to come out and I'm going to go from there. Now, as far as this list goes, I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible. But you guys know sometimes spoilers slip up, they happen. I get excited talking about some of these books, so just be aware of that. But we have this week coming in at number 10, this is Marvel's brand new series, Beta Ray Bill, issue number 1, and this is cover A. And this was a very last-second pickup for me. I didn't really have any expectations for it, but you know what? Beta Ray Bill is a pretty cool character, and I thought, you know, it's a brand new series. I'm just going to grab it and go from there. So right off the bat, I didn't really like the artwork. It's just not for me. I didn't think it was bad. It's just not really my style. And then it kind of read like a King in Black tie-in, despite it not having a King in Black tie-in name to it. They were talking about Null. They brought a monster in from it. And most of the issue was very action-packed. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty solid. But once we got into what the actual issue was about, and it started progressing from there, I thought, you know, I'm not really liking where this is going. If this is where the series is going to be, I don't think this is going to be for me. I'm not going to spoil it, but for those of you who read it, you know what I'm talking about. And then when we hit the ending and he kind of made that one comment, I thought, you know what? I'm not going to be getting issue number 2. And for those reasons, let's talk about this one down low a little bit more, but coming in at number 10. And next up on the list, we have coming in at number 9 this week, Crossover, issue number 5. This is cover A. And honestly, I don't know what it is with this series right now, but I'm just really not enjoying it. I love the artwork. I think it's incredibly well done, and I think the concept of the story is just so unique. But these issues are just so boring to me. I find them very slow. Nothing's really going on. And now I understand with some of these first couple issues, you know, issue 1, issue 2, he's trying to create and build a story up. Totally get that. So some of the hate that I got from some other people where they're saying, oh, it's a boring series right now. Nothing's really going on. I'm expecting a lot more. Well, you know what? He's trying to create a whole story. But then we had issues 3, 4, and now 5, and nothing's really going on. So one of the problems I thought to myself was, well, you know what, AR, you haven't read Donny Cates' older books from Image, so I don't know these characters. And that could be a problem as well. So if you are reading this stuff, you know the characters, maybe you're going to enjoy this a little bit more than me. But the problem I'm having is that I feel like the story is so not poorly told, but just so slow that I don't feel invested enough in this series and in these characters to want to go back and read his other stuff, because I'm finding this so boring and these characters so boring that it's making me think that those other series are very boring as well. Like I said, all just my opinion, but we do have one more issue before the end of the arc, so I think I'm just going to read this final one, and depending on how that goes, I'm probably just going to end up reading this final issue and dropping it from my pull list. So for those reasons, coming in at number 9. And next up on the list, we have coming in at number 8 this week, we have Image's Two Moons, issue number 2. This is cover A. And I really wasn't sure if I was going to pick this one up either because I wasn't a huge fan of issue number 1. I didn't hate on it, just wasn't a huge fan. This one, though, I love this artwork. This artwork is what's keeping me here right now. I think it's absolutely incredible. The story itself, while I wasn't a huge fan of the first issue, I thought this one was way better. It's kind of moved on to more of His name is, I believe it's Virgil, and now it's kind of like a spiritual mystery type journey for him. I think it's pretty cool, and I'm interested to see where they go with this one. You still have everything that's going on, like the whole main war, but now he's moved on to this whole nother group, and he's talking to the spirits, and it's really cool. Like I said, the visuals in this issue are incredible, and I think for those reasons, that's why it came in at number 9, but I'm definitely going to be picking up issue 3. We have Images, Two Moons, issue number 2. And now we have, coming in at number 7 this week, Dead End Kids, Suburban Job, issue number 3. So in my Sunday's preview video, I thought this was the end of the series, but someone pointed out that there's going to be another issue. So there is one more coming out. I appreciate you letting me know about that. So as far as this series goes, I think it's very well done. I love the concept of it. I think Frank Vogel does a great job on all the things that he writes, but with this series, so you've got these 3 kids, kind of the same concept of the last series that he wrote, except now they came into this money. They kind of found a bag of money, and what led them up to this point is they're trying to figure out what to do with this bag of money. So they make that decision in this issue. It's not the decision I thought they were going to make, but then they make another twist towards the end, and I thought that was really cool. But the one thing to me that really stands out with this series is just overall how it's written. So you obviously have the main plot, pretty much the present of what's going on, but then they keep going back and forth into the past of each one of these characters and the drug dealer to see what pretty much led them to where they are right now. And I just think it's such a great story. There is only one more issue coming out, so if you've missed out on the first 3, be on the lookout. There is going to be a trade paperback. It's a great read. I suggest everyone should give it a chance, but coming in at number 7, Dead End Kids. And now we have, coming in at number 6 this week, this is Marvel's brand new series, Silk, issue number 1. This is cover A. And overall, I really liked the issue. I thought they did a great job with it. The artwork was very well done. And I didn't really know what to expect because I don't know a lot about Silk or Cindy Moon as a character. I haven't read a whole bunch of stuff about her. But this issue was kind of like a welcome to Cindy Moon's life type of issue. We got to see her in action as Silk for a little bit, and then it moved on. She was interacting with a few different characters. We saw her home life, and then where she now works at the new, tech agency. It's a tech news reporting agency. It's the one that J. Jonah Jameson and Peter Parker works at in the ASM series right now. But then once we got the intro pretty much out of the way, the series took off a little bit more. It's kind of moving towards more of a detective style series right now. She got asked to come along for a murder, and she was doing her little snooping, and I don't know. I think it was pretty well done, and I'm definitely going to be picking up the next issue. I think it's pretty cool, and they did say that this one was going to have a first appearance in it. To me, it's more of a little cameo. It is what it is, but for those reasons, coming in at number 6, I would definitely check it out. And now we're down to the top 5 issues of the week. We have coming in at number 5, Sea of Sorrows, issue number 4, and this is cover A. And I know in my previous video I said, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be picking up this issue. I thought the first 3 issues, while I did like them, they were definitely on the slower side, so we're going to have to see. This was the issue. This was the issue that brought it all together. It was so action-packed. It was gory, violent, bloody, and man, that artwork is just so beautiful. It's very dark, it's creepy, but it's so nice and detailed, and it fits perfectly with this story. While realistically nothing really did happen in this issue, just like the last few, the mermaids or whatever monsters are down there are finally doing their thing, and everybody on the ship is at each other's throats, and the mermaids are just kind of in control. It was incredible. I don't really want to give away a whole lot. Honestly, my suggestion, if you haven't read the first 3 issues, I really wouldn't worry about picking this one up. I think it is only going to be like a 6-issue miniseries, so be on the lookout for that. There's probably going to be a trade paperback, and at that point, I would definitely read it all together. But man, if you missed out on this issue, definitely do what you can to find it. But for those reasons, coming in at number 5. Up next, we have coming in at number 4. This is the recommendation that a lot of members from the community made. We have Harley Quinn, issue number 1. This is cover B. This is the only cover they had. I would have went with cover A like usual. But man, this was a great read. I'm really happy a lot of you guys recommended it to me. The one thing was, I'm not a huge fan of the artwork, but the story itself, I loved it. I think, for me personally, since I'm not a huge DC guy, for everyone out there that is watching this, if you haven't read some of the newer Batman stuff, get yourself accustomed to that one a little bit, because this one kind of goes off of that Batman. They did make a mention to Suicide Squad as well. I didn't read that, but I still knew what was going on in this series based on what I've read in the Batman run right now. But overall, I think they did a great job with it, and I like what they're doing with Harley. They're kind of making her into a good character. She's trying to redeem herself for all the bad things she's done in the past, and I definitely think this is going to be an interesting series. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do just with this character and what they do with the rest of this series in general. So for those reasons, thank you so much for this recommendation. It was a great read, coming in at number 4. And next up, we have coming in at number 3 this week, Black Cat, issue number 4. This is cover A, and this was such a good issue. It was very fun, the artwork was beautiful, and I'm really happy I ended up picking this one up. Now, at first I wasn't sure if I was going to, because in my previous video, I said I thought this was going to be just a strictly King in Black tie-in. I didn't know if this was going to be an ongoing series, and everyone was saying this is going to be a continuation, so just pick it up, you're going to enjoy it if you like the other stuff, and I definitely did. Now, if you were picking this one up, or you were kind of on the fence with it, the main character isn't Black Cat in this one. Instead, we got Queen Cat, and her whole point is she's trying to find Black Cat, figure out who she is, and she wants to bring her down so she can be the real hero. It was such a fun issue. It was kind of more on the detective side of things. She's snooping around trying to figure out who Black Cat really is, and everyone's saying, you're not going to be able to take her down. Even when you think that you can find her, Black Cat already knows you're going to be looking for her, and it was just a really cool issue. I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go with the next one. So coming in at number 3, we have Black Cat, issue number 4. And now we're down to the final 2 issues this week. We have coming in at number 2 is Image's brand new series this week, Shadecraft, issue number 1. This is cover A, and damn, this was an issue. I loved it. I'm so happy I picked this one up. Now, before I get into the issue itself, I just have to talk about this artwork. It was so beautiful. It was magnificently well done, and every time I was reading the pages, I had to go back and reread some of these pages because I kept getting lost looking at this artwork. That's how good it was. Now, as far as the story itself goes, in the description it talked about how it's for fans of Something is Killing the Children. It referenced another book too, but I can't remember which one it was, but I can totally see where the Something is Killing the Children aspect comes in at. It's not the same thing. I can see some similarities in how those fans would like that, but this story is definitely on its own. So we learn a little bit about the main character and her family and kind of home life. We don't really know a whole lot that's really going on, but she's very scared of like everything, and pretty much that the shadows are real. They dive a lot deeper into it. We don't get a whole lot of info, but we can see where this story is going to be going. I'm definitely enjoying this one. Let's talk about this one a little bit more down low, but definitely coming in at number 2, we have Shadecraft number 1. And here it is, my top read of the week. We have coming in at number 1 this week. This is Images, The Department of Truth, issue number 7. This is cover A, and this is the end of that little 2-issue arc, but I loved this issue. I thought it was so well done. A little bit about me, though, is I love aliens, whether it's a movie, TV show, a book. If it's got aliens in it, I'm most likely going to like it, and that's exactly what this issue was. Just a small little issue, nothing too crazy, but it was alien conspiracies, and like I said, the way James Tynion told the story was so good, and I wasn't expecting it, so it had like a little twist in it towards the middle, moving towards the end of the issue. I'd love to talk about this one a little bit more down low in the comment section because I do not want to spoil anything about this one for you guys because you absolutely need to read this one. As far as the artwork goes, I didn't like it a lot in the last issue, and the same thing, I didn't really like it in this issue. I did think it worked very well with this issue in particular. I also don't really like medieval stuff at all, so I'm a little biased towards the last issue, but I know a lot of people really like that one too. But for sure, this is hands down the best issue of the week, in my opinion. So coming in at number 1, we have The Department of Truth, issue number 7. So what do you guys think of this week's new comic book day? Honestly, I thought overall the books were pretty solid, but hands down, The Department of Truth, issue number 7 was the best book of the week. I loved everything about it. But what was your favorite book? Let me know down low in the comment section which one you loved the most. And thank you for watching my video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified. Every time I drop new content, you won't regret it. And I've got 2 more videos sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.